Hello, virtual students. I just want to very quickly refresh your brains on solving two-step equations. There's only two steps to two-step equations, of course. The first thing you do is undo the addition and subtraction first. The second thing you do is undo the multiplication and division. And just be sure that you simplify after each step. All right, so let's start with an easy one. And I'm actually going to label the steps that we take to solve this. So if you have to do that on your lesson. So according to my step, I undo the addition or subtraction first. I always focus on the side with the variable, and I have a minus 11. If I want to do the inverse or opposite of minus 11, or to get rid of it, I'm going to add 11. So when you add something to both sides of an equation, you're using the addition property of equality. Addition, I'm going to abbreviate property of, I'm actually going to do an equal sign for equality. Hope you don't mind. All right, and now we're going to simplify. So negative 11 and plus 11 are going to cancel out, and I'm left with 7x. And then 73 plus 11 will be 84. So that time, all we did was simplify. We did some simplification. All right, so I'll go back to the side with the variable. Now I'll undo multiplication or division. This is a 7 times x. To undo multiplication, we will, of course, divide, because if it's beside, then you divide. So I'm going to divide both sides by 7, and guess what property that is? That would be the division property of equality. Abbreviating again. All right. And then the last step is just to simplify. These 7s will cancel, and 84 divided by 7 is a beautiful 12. So we did some simplification again, and we're done. And remember, if you want to check your solution, all you have to do is use plug and chug. So 7, where I see the x, I'm going to put a 12. See here, 12, okay. Then minus 11. And that better equal 73. All right, so 7 times 12 is 84. I'm just simplifying using the order of operations on the left side. 84 minus 11 is 73. Well, look at that. I got the same number on both sides. Is this a true statement? Yes, it is. So that means my answer is correct. No need to ever get one wrong. All right, let's do another one. It's too easy for you guys. All right, so let's look at this one. I'm going to follow those same steps. This time I'm not going to label. You know what to do. We're going to undo the addition or subtraction. So see, I have this plus 9. Now I know this has a minus, but it's not a minus. It's a negative. That's a negative 4/5. So to undo the plus 9, I'm going to subtract 9. Remember, whatever you do to one side, you must do to the other. That'll cancel out. Bring this straight down. So I have negative 4/5 m equals, and then 1 minus 9. If I only have 1 and I take 9 away, I'm going to be in the whole 8, right? That'll be negative 8. So now, we talked about this in the one-step equations. To get rid of a fraction beside a variable, you have to multiply by its, who knows the answer? Reciprocal. So I'm going to multiply both sides by negative 5/4. Now, you don't change the sign for reciprocal. All right, so these will cancel out, and I'm left with m. And now, a negative times a negative is a positive, so I don't need to worry about that anymore. You can cross-reduce this fraction and make your life easier. And again, if you want to put the 1 under the 8, because that's what you like, have at it. 4 will go into 8. How many times? 2. So all we're left with is 2 times 5, which is 10. All right. You want to plug it in and check it? You do. That sounds amazing. So let's do that. So we got negative 4/5. Instead of m, I'm going to plug in my 10 plus 9, and that better give me a 1. I'm going to cross reduce. 5 will go into 10 2 times. So all I have is negative 4 times 2, which is negative 8. Negative 8 plus 9, sides are different. Subtract, keep the boss. 9 minus 8 is 1, and it would be positive 1. So did I get it right? Yes, I did. All right, let's do a word problem, because they're everybody's favorite. All right, it says, April is Robert's granddaughter. Her age is 20 years less than 2/3 of Robert's age. If April is 40 years old, how old is Robert? So first, we're going to have to write this equation. So 20 years less than 2/3 of Robert's age. So I'm going to use an R to represent Robert's age. 20 years less, I would have to subtract 20, right? And then 2/3 of Robert's age would be 2/3 times R. And is 40 equals 40. So here's the equation, and now we got to solve it, and we're going to find out how old Robert is. So look at the side with the variable. I do addition and subtraction first, so I'm going to get rid of that minus 20. How do we get rid of a minus 20? We add 20. Whatever you do to one side, you must do to the other. This will cancel. Bring down your 2/3 R equals 40 plus 20 is 60. To get rid of a fraction beside a variable, you multiply by its reciprocal. So I'm going to multiply both sides by 3/2. And the 3's cancel and the 2's cancel. We're left with R. I can cross reduce. 2 will go into 60 how many times? That'll be 30. So we're left with 30 times 3, which is 90. Robert is 90 years old. How about that? All right, I hope these help. I hope you have a wonderful rest of the day.